We have about Hey guys, thank you for joining. We'll be starting off in a couple of minutes. Just wait for some more participants to join. Okay. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for joining. Thank you for taking the time out on a Monday evening at 7 o'clock. So welcome. My name is Rohan. I'm one of the co-founders of QFUS, which is a mentorship aggregator platform and supporting Apna with Apna Exclusives. So as a part of community engagements at Apna, we have been doing this for a while now, termed as Apna Exclusives. And this happens on weekdays, evening at and weekends, evening at 3 p.m. just to help help people ideate and advance in their professional careers. And we are also covering a wide range of topics. It can be as simple as a topic like spoken English, or a technical topic like finance or data science or product and management. And for today's session, we have Syed. Hi, Syed. And the topic for today is data science, exploring the concepts, skills, and career paths in data science. And Syed is a data scientist at Microsoft, specializing in natural language, computer vision, and demand forecasting. In his current role at Microsoft, Syed leverages his expertise to tackle complex problems and drive innovation. And his work involves developing cutting-edge algorithms, improving existing models, and exploring novel approaches. And without much overdue, I'll just give it off to Syed. So Syed basically wants to go through the complete session before we take up any questions. So please feel free to put up your questions on the chat box. I'll be addressing them once the session is over. Over to you, Syed. Thank you.
Hey, thank you, Rohan. All right, so let's get started. I'm going to share my screen. All right, please let me know when you can see it.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to pull up the presentation also.
Great. It's visible.
Awesome. Thank you so much. So let's get started, right? I just want to, walk you all through today, like what all different type of concepts are there in data science, what all skills that are required, and what all different career paths are there. I know that there is a lot of buzzword around AI, data science, and all of those things, and very little information which can, step by step guide you and can, let you know that what all different paths that are there that you can take, right? And what all exactly are the skill sets? We will try to demystify that what exactly is a data science, what is AI, and how you can prepare yourself in today's world. If you want to step into this field, if you already have some exposure, then how you can take it to next level. If you are a fresher starting out in this field, or you want to basically switch into this field, then what all are the techniques, tips, tricks, and other things, right? And later we will also try to see what all are the common misconceptions that people have before entering into this field and how we can mitigate them. So before I move on, I just wanted to highlight that how my career journey looks like. Currently, I'm working in Microsoft as a data scientist, and I have been into companies like Amazon and Tiger Analytics. In all of these fields, I utilize machine learning and deep learning on day-to-day basis. I, try to work on the latest technologies that are available and try to solve the business problems using all the skill sets they have and all the latest technologies advancements that have been made. Then on my education front, I have a BTech and MTech in computer science and engineering, and I have published multiple research papers in this field. in Springer and IEEE International. So I have been on the academic side also. Now I am on the business side, and I try to utilize both of these sides and try to make sure that wherever I'm working on, we are trying to you know utilize or leverage the AI and machine learning on day-to-day basis and get the desired results. On the personal front, if you talk about, I love photography. That's one of my hobby. And on the professional side, if I talk on the ML side, I love to work on natural language processing, and I love computer vision. So these are the two technologies which I have predominantly worked on. But these days I've been working on demand forecasting. So that is another thing which I will be adding over here in the future. So now, before we start, right, I'm sure that we all have heard this word machine learning. So can anyone over here maybe either talk or maybe type what do they think is the meaning of machine learning, or what does the machine learning stand for? And there is no right or wrong answer. I just want to understand that, how you see machine learning. Anyone? Just take a wild guess. It need not be correct.
Hello. So, am I audible?
Yes.
So machine learning is where we train computers to think like humans.
Okay. Yes, that's
Mm.
one definition. Anyone else who wants to give it a shot?
Sir,
Yes,
can you hear me, sir?
I can hear you.
Machine learning is a subset of AI where it predicts the patterns in the data, and we may have a particular output in some kind of situation, and we may not have output.
All right. Very good. Anyone else wants to take a shot? All right. So on a, you both are correct. And if I simplify the definition so that, it caters to all, you would say that machine learning is teaching computers to mimic like humans. So whatever task that we do as a human, if we are able to teach computers to do the same task, right? So the process or the way they learn is called machine learning. And there are lots of buzzwords, or people interchangeably use the word AI and machine learning. So I would like to start with that, right? That machine learning is a discipline of artificial intelligence. Okay. And we will, look at the holistic view later. But this is an important part, okay, that we should not confuse ML with AI. So machine learning is a subset of AI, okay? And what it does is that it gives machines the ability to learn from the data that we provide. And from that data, it tries to look at the past experience, it tries to look at the patterns, and it tries to, make an educated guess and tries to learn and see that next time around, when you basically show them the data, machine would be able to mimic what we are doing. So for example, I want to, build a machine learning model which can identify between the photos of cat and dog. So what I will do is that I will give two set of photos to this particular machine learning model. One set of photo will contain the images of cats. Another set of photo will contain the images of dogs. And what I would say is that I would tell machine, go and find the difference between these two images. Go and learn whatever you can learn from these. So what machine would do is that it will look at those images and lots of example of those images. Let it be cat or dog. It will try to see that, in what way these cats and dogs differ from each other, in what ways these images are similar to each other. And it will try to come up with a function, or it will try to come up with an equation in a mathematical way, so that next time around, if I show this machine learning model a photo, and I ask that tell me whether it is a cat or it is a dog, it should be able to identify, even though that particular model has not seen that particular photo beforehand. That is the beauty of it, that you teach or you give the data to the models and examples, and next time around the new data comes in which the model has not seen before, it will still be able to perform the task, it will still be able to give you the outcome that you desire. That is where this minimal human intervention part comes into the picture. That, without us telling explicitly now that whether it is a cat or a dog, machine will now be directly able to tell. So these tasks and these models are the soul of the machine learning, which basically tells the machine, to perform the task which humans do. If the models were not there, we would not be able to do those tasks. But before we move on, right, all of these things is good. But can you tell me that what is the starting point of this machine learning? Like, what is that one prerequisite or one very important thing that a person should have before they can train or build any kind of machine learning model?
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
We will require a data set
Right.
which is used
Correct.
to train the model.
Mm-hmm.
Data set must be correct without any null values.
Mm-hmm.
These are the first prerequisites and that target what we want to predict and what we want for the purpose.
Okay. Awesome. You are absolutely right. Data is the new oil in the today's world. If we don't have enough data of cats and dog images, then we will not be able to train a model which can identify. Similarly, for any task we want to perform in today's world, we need to have the data set that on which a model can see that and try to learn from it and perform that particular task. And just keep this point in your mind, because when we'll move forward, we'll try to see that how data is the sole thing which is deriving this ML revolution around us. Moving on. So I want to give you a holistic view of how these different terminologies, which we talk about right every day, AI, ML, and whatnot, how they are related to each other. And after viewing this slide, today you should not get confused now forever when someone says what is ML, what is AI, what is deep learning, and things like that. So if you look at this particular picture, you see that AI comprises of everything within this particular subset. Okay, so AI is a very large umbrella. Within that, there are all these catchy words that you hear, right? They particularly fall into. So you see, right, within AI, there is a subset called machine learning. Within that machine learning, another subset, deep learning. And within that, there are neural networks, right? So you see that all of these things fall under this big umbrella of AI. So if someone is talking about ML, then it falls under AI. But if someone is talking about ML, it might not always mean that they are talking about deep learning or neural networks, right? So this is a 1,000 feet above view of how these different terms and terminologies are related to each other. So can you tell me that which part of this particular graph does ChatGPT fall into? I'm sure that everyone over here must have used ChatGPT. Can you tell me where does it fall into? Which category? Which subset?
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
It falls under AI.
Okay, but AI is a
Might
larger
not
umbrella.
be,
You see, right?
might not be machine
Everything.
learning.
Hmm. Anyone else who wants to take a guess? Because AI is a larger umbrella, right? You can say everything falls under AI. But where specific within this subset does ChatGPT fall into?
So just a minute, it is neural networks because it will be taking our thing and it will be giving that.
Okay.
Also
Anyone
under
else who wants to take a shot?
Sir, actually, it is a type of generative AI, Gen AI, which generate data from information available on the internet.
That's fine. But which category does it fall into? The smallest subset. I want to, pinpoint it to the smallest subset. Which category does it fall into?
Sir, I guess deep learning.
Okay. Any other guesses?
Sir, neural networks.
Okay. All right. So it falls under the category of neural networks because all of these large language models are nothing just a hugely densely connected neural networks which are so much huge in size that we have to actually coin a term for it, which is called large language models. And also, you should know that there are things called small language models also, depending on how big their architecture are, how deep their neural networks are. All right. Can you tell me what all are the real world examples of machine learning which you see on day-to-day basis?
Predicting weather,
Okay, correct.
then stock forecasting, then
Okay.
fraud detection, then
Mhm.
business marketing, which is classify customer based on their purchase history, and
Okay.
we can tell like a computer vision, which
Hmm.
classify the text from the vehicle number plates and challenge them if they violate some rules and regulations.
Okay, that's right. Let's start with the simplest form of AI that everyone uses every day. We all have smartphones, and within that smartphone, there exists a assistant, right? Let it be Siri or Google Assistant. Everyone uses that to set reminders, maybe to play songs or to ask for information. That is the one of the most readily available AI we interact with every day. Any other application which you can think of? Maybe I'm looking for an example which is integrated into our lives already and which we are seeing everywhere. So one, I gave a virtual assistant on our phone. Any other examples you can think of? There's no right or wrong answers. You can think it out loud. All right, I'll state few of them, and then we'll come back to this question. So we all do shopping on Amazon. We all have purchased something. You might have seen that Amazon recommends things for you. For example, if you have purchased a certain item, it would say that people like you also purchased this. Or with this particular thing also goes. For example, if you're buying a mobile phone, it will also suggest that, why don't you buy the tempered glass or the case for the mobile phone, right? How does it know? Then also, if you just simply open the Amazon, do not search for any other product, it will automatically give you recommendation that explore this, this is new, this is this, and things like that. So over there, the recommendation system plays an important role, which is another form of ML. Then we all are seeing that a lot of research and lot of work is going for the autonomous driving thing, where Tesla is leading the effort of building the vehicle which can drive automatically. So if you have not seen the demos, you can go on the YouTube and you can try to see the demos where this software is already available to people, and people can turn on autonomous driving and it can drive the car for you, whatever destination you set. It's no longer the vision of the future, whereas it has become the present of today. I already talked about virtual assistant. Then search engine, which we use on day-to-day basis, right? Let it be Google, Bing, DuckDuckGo, whatever you use. They also use complex AI, ML behind the scenes to give you the most relevant results that you are looking for. Then we have face unlock on our phone, which just looks at your face and does all the authentication for you, and it unlocks the phone. Again, it uses some sort of computer vision technology and the model to identify whether the person who is looking at the phone is same as we want to, the person whose phone it is on. And there are lots of other examples. Now, can anyone take a shot? I'm just looking for, just one more 2 or 3 examples, right? Not much.
I think
What we see in real life.
there is an example, I think, from Sneha on chat box, Alexa.
Ah, okay. Yeah, I cannot see the chat box, unfortunately. Yes, Alexa, right. We use it on day-to-day basis. Yes.
So default payment in credit cards.
Yes, that is also true. Like if you try to make the payments where, let's say that you have a credit card, right? And you're trying to do an international transaction, and maybe you have not done the international transaction for the first time. So it will not let you do it, right? And even the transactions on some shady websites, right, which you have not visited or you have not done any transaction. So it will try to find out that whether those transactions are legit or not, or whether you are being scammed. So you might even get a phone call from your bank. So yeah, you have to manually authorize the payment, right? So these are certain examples which in real life, the businesses and people are using for our assistance. All right. Cool. So as you know that data science was considered or is still being considered as one of the hottest job on the planet. And you see lots of people taking up this stream, going into various, career paths. I want to, double click on that today. I want to, give you that why it is the hottest job on the planet. And then you yourself can decide that whether it is worth pursuing or not. Okay. So first of all, there is a rise in the demand for the skilled professional who have these data science skills with them. Okay. And all the companies which are leveraging AI, they are looking for these kind of professionals to work with. Now you must say that okay, even the software engineering is something which people are looking for, but why so much explosion or so much demand for data science professional particularly? So I think you all know the answer. Let me just structure it. Right? Can you tell me that in what all fields or which area we are using data science or machine learning for? For example, we talked about fraud detection, that is banking domain. Can you tell me any other domains where machine learning is being utilized?
Sir, in healthcare sector.
In healthcare sector, correct?
Basic
Any other
statistics,
sector?
freelance statistics like the prediction of a particular team for winning chances or something. Of course, e-commerce,
Okay.
as someone told in the chat.
E-commerce, yes, that is one field. I'm looking for field. Other fields?
Weather forecasting, sir.
Yes, okay, weather. And I think people are already putting in chat that it's everywhere and in every sector. So now you think
And
that
farming
a
also.
technology, yeah, sorry, go ahead. Yeah, so now you think a technology so disruptive that it has penetrated in all the sectors that are available in this world. So it's not like, simple software engineering, which is in the tech side only, right? It is in telecom, finance, medical, right? Whether you name any sector, automobiles, supply chain, wherever, you just name any sector, and the technology is present. Now, if all of these sectors adopt this technology at once, and they all need the skilled professionals then. So now you can imagine that how this demand of those professionals suddenly picked up. And people were not ready in a way that they did not have these skills so that they can fulfill the demand. And that's why that explosion happened, that everywhere, all the companies are looking for data science professionals. And even today, there are not enough data science professionals to fill that void. And hence everyone is, rushing towards this side because there are lots and lots of opportunities. So this is what, like there is a demand, such a rise in the demand, but we are not able to fulfill it because all the industries want these professionals and we don't have enough number of professionals with us. Then since it's a demand supply problem, right? If the supply is less and the demand is more, the compensation that the people get in these industry, it is significantly, better than the peer from the other industries that people work on. Now, since it's an ever evolving field, right? The people in this industry tends to work on cutting edge technologies always. There is always something new. Literally, hundreds of research papers are published every day on on these publication websites in the field of machine learning. So the research is going on, the technology is advancing at an exponential rate. So you always have something new to work with. So it will kind of never go out of fashion. Then as we talked, right, that all the industries are looking to hire the people in this particular domain. Then you get the opportunities in all the industries which otherwise would have been not available to us. For example, if let's say I work in healthcare sector or I want to work in healthcare sector, I don't need to basically go and work some degree or maybe gain some experience over there. From the data science side, I can basically go to that particular field and start building models. I can then transition to telecom side and build data science model. Then I can move to e-commerce side if I'm bored and then build models. So in all the sectors, if the openings are there and people are looking for this domain, you will never be tied to one kind of work profile. You can hop around the sectors. You can explore whatever is available to explore in all these sectors, and you will get those diverse set and rich set of experience, which otherwise would be would not be possible to get if you are working in some other domain. Now to back these things up, I'm going to present some statistics and numbers to you. Okay. First, if that data science market is expected to grow from $95 billion in 2021 to $323 billion by 2026. So how much times of increase is that? It's like 300% increase. So when I started, working in this field back in 2015, 2016, people used to say that it's a bubble and this bubble will burst, right? But it's 2024 and you can still see that the projection for 2026 is the growth of a particular field in terms of dollar value that is 3 times. I don't know that if any other field currently in the world today have this sort of projection where there is money, there are diverse set of opportunities, then there is an opportunity for us to get the job or move into this particular field. So AI is, it's not just a game of the big companies. I will suggest an exercise for you all today, right? You go and search top 50 startups in India or top 50 startups in the world. And I can guarantee you that 90% of them will be using AI in some or the other form, or they will be boasting about it, that they have integrated some sort of AI, some sort of machine learning, some sort of deep learning into their system. So it's not the case that all the big companies like Microsoft, Google, Amazon, they are only using AI. Company across all the scale are working and utilizing AI and need the skill set of the people who have a skill set in this particular field. So if this is the case, right, so I'm just backing up all the claims that I made from the previous slide. If the dollar value is increasing, if all the industries are looking or already working in the AI, and all the startups or the mid-level companies are working in this field, then what does that mean in turn? That the number of job opportunities are increasing. Then according to US Bureau of Labor Statistics, the job requiring the data skill set is going to grow by almost 28% by 2026. Right? Because these points are related, right? If the market is growing, if the cash is flowing in, industries are hopping on, then the job will definitely go up. Then what companies are doing these days is that instead of taking consultancy from the other companies, they themselves are creating a division or AI division in their own company so that they can train the professionals or they can develop things in-house. Now, if you look at this point and the second point, you will see that there is some sort of correlation. So if companies are adopting AI and going for in-house approach, then again, what does that translate to? That translates to that the people would be needing or people, they would be wanting the people of this particular skill set. Either they will train the people or they will hire the people from the outside who possess these skills. And then the driver factor of all of these things, as we discussed in the beginning, is data. Just see this mind-boggling statistics. That out of all the data we have generated in the human lifetime, 90% of the data is generated between past 2 to 3 years. Now, if that kind of number, like if we have so much data being generated, digital data being generated, that means there is an opportunity to utilize that data for the benefit of the business. So data is the fuel. It is the driving factor for this explosion that is happening today. And the way this demand has come up. So always remember, everything comes with data. If we don't have data, then we can't, do much in that particular site. Now everything is digitized. Even the old data, which used to be on just papers, people have digitized it. And the newer data that we are generating, that has also exploded. So that has given a rich and a diverse, opportunity for everyone of us to jump on this data ship. So now I want to, little bit touch upon what data science is and what all are the different processes that are involved in the field of data science. Okay. So very important word written over here, right? Data science is an interdisciplinary field. And this I would take up to the later part also, where I will be discussing that people think that if someone is from computer science background, they can only work on data science. But you can see over here, the way I am defining data science is that it is an interdisciplinary field. It is not just computer science or mathematics or engineering per se. It's a combination of multiple fields, and it is a scientific method where you have some algorithms, some mathematics, which can extract some information from the data. Now, data science has a process. This process involves collection of data, data mining, descriptive analytics, predictive analytics, visualization reporting. And I would say that just remember this, because we will come back to it. Because this will tell us that out of these, all the processes that are available, there is a dedicated field within data science, which talks about, or which people specializes in these things. And how this will expand it into each and individual field, we will see in the upcoming slides. Then data science basically tries to make predictions, it tries to make educated guess, it tries to basically try to see that what can happen in future using next-gen technologies. And what those next-gen technologies are, these technologies are cloud, they are machine learning algorithms, data visualization, natural language processing, and things like that. But please remember these 5 things, right? So data collection, data mining, descriptive analysis, predictive analysis, visualization, and reporting. This is very important. Coming to the industrial use case, I think we have talked about it, so I'll just skim through it. I'll not go much details. So we already know that in marketing we can put targeted ads. We all are watching T20 World Cup these days. If you are watching it on Hotstar, you can do this experiment yourself. When the ad comes between the overs, if 2 people are watching on different mobile phones, those 2 ads will be different, because they are doing some sort of targeting and they're trying to make sure that whatever ad you see is relevant to you than what the other person sees, just sitting right beside you. Then, in human resources also, people can find relevant talents, people can, find relevant jobs. So the ML and AI is useful over there. In sales, that how much inventory to keep, in what regions, what to do, where to target, what kind of ads to run, and things like that. Again, it's very helpful. In finance also, to organize our budgets, to see that what can happen in future, take the step accordingly. And it can help us a lot. And the ML is very extensively used in these fields. Now, those 5 points which I talked about. From those 5 points, what I would do is that I would derive that what all are the different careers that you can make within the data science field. So data science itself is a big umbrella. Within that, there are multiple career paths that you can take. So we saw these 5 points before, right? Data collection, data mining, descriptive analytics, predictive analysis, visualization, report. Now, if let's say I want to specialize in data collection, then I would be taking the career path of data engineer. Or if I specialize in this particular process of data science, then data engineer is the right path for me. If I want to do data mining, then I would basically, pick up a data analyst or a data scientist track, right? So sometimes the boundaries are blurred. Data scientist also has to do some data mining in some companies, but data analyst also has a primary job of doing data mining. If I'm working on descriptive analytics, then I will be pursuing the career path of business analyst. Or if a business analyst you see somewhere on LinkedIn, then you can try to take a guess at what they will be doing. If I want to work on predictive analytics, then I will be moving into the field of data scientist or the career path of data scientist. And if I have more interest in visualization, dashboarding, and things like that, then I would be taking the path of business analyst. So you see that these 5 broad processes within a data science journey leads to different career paths. And I'm sure you must all have doubts before this that, what if data scientist, what if business analyst, what if data engineer? All of these terms people use interchangeably. But after today, you should have the clarification that why there are so many different fields and how or what type of work they are doing in these, in these fields. Now, I will be moving on to the skill sets that these people possess. So all these different streams that we talked about, I'm gonna put that what all technologies, what all concepts you need to learn if you want to excel in these particular fields, right? Or maybe if you already have interest in those technologies, then it will be mapped to which career path within the data science. If you want to become a data scientist, then you need to have a good machine learning modeling understanding. You need to know how to play with data. You need to know Python programming and exploration using, EDA and all using your Python or R or whatever programming languages suits you the best. If you want to pursue the path of business analyst, then you have to deal with data visualization, dashboarding, and SQL and EDA is again bread and butter for them. So you have to learn maybe tools like Power BI or Tableau for visualization. And then you have to basically go ahead and learn the languages like SQL for scripting. If you want to become a data engineer, then you should have a very good understanding of how the data works behind the scenes, how the data is stored, how the data is fetched, and you should be very well versed in the big data technologies like Hadoop, Spark, Scala, and things like that. And then there is a specialized field which is called machine learning engineer, ML engineer. So it is basically where a software engineer meets machine learning. So they are mostly software engineers, but they build the tools for machine learning, data scientist, or business analyst, or data engineer. Then those people are called ML engineer. So it's again a very special cross section. And if you are already software engineer and you want to move into this field, it will actually put you in a very unique spot where you can become a ML engineer. Just think that whatever tools you use, right? Even the chat GPT that you use. So someone must have built that UI when you are hitting enter, how the API is calling the query, how you are getting the result it is being displayed, and things like that. So just think that building those things also requires some skill set, some software engineering. And you should also know some sort of ML also, right? Then only you will be able to build these platforms and you will be able to work in this particular field. So that is again a unique skill set or a unique position to go after. Now, some common misconceptions that I hear on day-to-day basis from everyone. I'm just putting it down over here so that I can clear all of these questions for you. I discussed this, right? People think that data science is, just another name for computer science. I belong to mechanical engineering. Hell, I don't even have done engineering. Can I take a move into the data science field? Of course, yes. I have mentored people who are coming from banking domain, finance domain, right? And they have never did programming ever in their life, but they have passion about this field. They want to learn about this field and they want to basically do a transition. So they were successfully able to, pick up some courses, do it and transition into this particular field and, become a good data scientist. And in terms of computer science, 90% of the people I work with or I have worked with in the past, they have not done their engineering in computer science. So that is another statistic that I'll put in front of you. Another misconception is that people think that data science is dominated by mathematicians. I don't think this is the case. So there might be some very specific field within the data science. For example, if you're going into research and development, there you might need to have your mathematical aptitude, on the top-notch level. But if you talk about rest of the 98% of the job, then you don't have to be some sort of wizard in mathematics. Okay, some basic 12th class mathematics would do it for you. That's all is needed to move into this particular field. Another misconception is that people think that you have to be a hardcore coder if you want to move into this field. But this is not software engineering per se, right? The thing is that you should know how to, make sense out of data, and whatever little bit coding is required to do that. So that amount of basic coding you should know. It's not the case that, at the software engineering level, you are going ahead and doing a hardcore coding. Only then you are eligible to become a data scientist. That is another very common misconception which I see from people. Then people think that business domain or business knowledge is not very important. So let's say that you are working for a healthcare department, and you want to build the machine learning model which will help some doctors. If you don't understand that what the problem doctors are facing, how do they diagnose a particular disease, then you will not be able to build any kind of model. It does not matter how good of a programmer you are, how good of an understanding you have. So the domain knowledge, knowing what you are solving for, which problem you're solving for, why you are solving that problem, it becomes very important, and without which you will not succeed. So there is another misconception people have. Then people try to fixate on a tool. They always ask me, right, should I go ahead with Python, or should I go ahead with R, or should I learn Tableau, or should I learn Power BI? So what I tell them is that you should think that depth of knowledge is more important rather than these tools, because tools are just a medium for you to succeed. If you know how to write or how to add a plus b, then any number can be given to you, right? And you can add if you know the concept of adding. In the same way, if you have the conceptual understanding of a topic, then it does not matter which tool you are using. Either you are using Tableau or you are using Power BI. You will be able to, get the same results from both. Does not matter if you're using R or Python. If you know the concept, what concept to use, which concept will be applied at what time, you will be able to write the code in any of these languages, and it won't matter. So learning concepts are more important rather than just learning a tool. Right? Tools should be treated as tools only. Then people think that data science is all about building models. But we saw in the previous slide that there are so many streams that come out of the data science. Model building, data gathering, then data engineering, and all of these fields. So people just think that, I just build models, I'm not interested in models. Can I get into data science field? Of course you can. There are so many streams to choose from. Now, after all this monologue, you must be thinking that, okay, I feel like that, I should get into this field. I should, learn about it. So how can I get started? So the first advice I would say is that you should basically explore that which role interests you the most. We discussed the role like data scientist, business analyst, data engineering. So you should go ahead, do more research about it. Try to see that which of these roles resonate with you. If you are clear that which path I want to follow, then things moving forward will become clearer to you. So now you know that, let's say you want to become a business analyst or you want to become a data scientist. Now you can take up any specialization course, or you can take up a master's course or whatever, right? And you should take that religiously, and you should not be, should not leave it, in between. So just complete that specialization course in whatever domain you want to do. And then just choose a language or you choose a tool and stick to it. Don't be in a hurry, or don't try to expand your width, right? It should not be the case that you want to learn Tableau also, you want to learn Power BI also, you want to learn QuickSight also. It will not yield any result. Okay, just take one tool, pick one language, and learn the concepts, which I said, right? Learn the concepts, and just go ahead with that, right? And I'm sure that you will succeed. That's all for this session. If you have any questions, I can take it now.
Great. Thanks, Syed. Thanks for the enlightening session across different parameters in data science. Guys, we are open for, yeah, there is a question there. Graduate BA. Are you able to see the chat box? Graduate.
Yes, I can see it.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, you are.
So the first question is from Ria.
Yes, I think the question is incomplete. I think she's still typing. Skills I'm learning is still in advanced Excel.
For entry-level jobs, if this approach is good, that was the question. Yeah.
Right. So you should also look for the visualization tools also, right? So business analysts, the skill set which we displayed, you have seen that these people also work on the visualization part. So Excel and SQL is good. Apart from this, you should also pick up any visualization tools, dashboarding tools like Power BI or Tableau, and you can learn that. Then I think it will complete the skill set which is required for the business analyst moment.
There is one question from Joshikesh. How to start career as a fresher in data science?
Awesome. I think people have this question. So I would say that, there are lots of ways to start from it, right? One of the structured way to do is that you can enroll in any of the specialization course, right? There are lots of platforms available. You can maybe go to Coursera or learn. I think Apna might also be having some courses on the data science, which will be awesome. So you can join some courses because the courses will give you structure, right? If you try to go ahead and learn from your own, I'm not saying it's not doable. I learned on my own, but I struggled a lot because there was no guidance and there was no structure to it. So if you are going in a systematic and structured way, I'm sure you will save lots of time, and whatever you are studying, that will be, up to the mark. So just enroll in any of the specialization course and just learn from there.
Great.
Okay.
I think there's another question. I learned Python beginners, SQL, Power BI, and MS Excel. Can I try for data analyst?
All right. Yes, you can try for it, but if you are a fresher, I would say that you should also back some projects, right? So whatever skill set that you have used, there are lots of websites, especially Kaggle is one of them. You can go to kaggle.com and you can get some data sets from there and build some sort of projects involving, dashboards or SQL or using advanced Excel, and you can publish them online so that these projects will kind of give you the credibility that even though you have learned from it, but what is the credibility that you have learned is good enough. So if you have these projects, if you publish it somewhere, maybe on GitHub, or if you are making a Power BI dashboard or a Tableau dashboard, they will let you publish it on their website and then you can put those links and projects into your resume, and you can just go ahead and start applying.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Yeah, this is Neha. I'm pursuing my MBA with my specialization of business analytics. I'm good with these data visualization tools like Microsoft Power BI and also SQL, these things. So
Hmm.
I don't know how to start my career, like where to apply or which will be the right platform.
Okay, so I would say that if you want to start, if you're starting out as a fresher, it would make more sense that first of all, just fill your resume with the projects, right? That is very important. Okay. Now, once you have
Sir, you were
that,
saying website, right? Sorry to interrupt. You were
Kaggle,
saying
yeah, it's
website. Can
called
you spell it?
kaggle.com. Yeah, I'll just write out in the chat itself. So just fill your resume with the projects. That is very important. And then you should start with the startups and smaller companies, because the big companies, what happens is that they usually don't take freshers, right? Even the freshers that they take, they have some tie-ups with the colleges. They go there and they do their hiring process on their own. Whereas you will literally find hundreds of startups which are working in the AI space or the BI space or the business analyst space, and they would be requiring these skills. Once you have enough number of projects, good number of projects, you can start applying in those startups. Now, the way to apply is that you can find these startups online, like you can search for their names and everything. Go to their website, email HR, talk to them, connect on people on LinkedIn, ask for referrals. Or you can go to some aggregator website like Naukri or anywhere else and start applying. So that is, important part that you should target for the companies which are hiring for the freshers.
Awesome. I think we are close to the end of the session. Thank you so much, Syed, for your time. And thank you so much, everyone who has joined the session, for your time. And I also shared a couple of links. One is the feedback link for the session, and the other one is the Xclusives link, which you can access and get access to the recordings or any other session across different domains are available in that specific link. So feel free to use the link, register yourself, and get access to multiple unlimited sessions across different domains. So I will be closing this session. Thank you again, Syed. Thank you for joining, and we'll see you again soon.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, sir.